All right, welcome back to DreamHack. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DreamHack Stockholm, DreamHack Open 2014. We're in Group Stage 2 currently. And one of the big things I want to talk about is this guy here in the bottom left corner of the map, leading 1-0 over his opponent. It is My Insanity's Kane. I'll talk about him after the intros.
Never writes the Blue Protoss. It's TCM's first.
Okay, so small credit where credit's due. First played a really good game. Even though he lost, he still played that out really well. And there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts and nitpicky things about the way that could have gone. But the one thing I really enjoyed seeing there that game was Kane winning. Not because like I'm sitting here with like a big Canadian boner for this guy or anything like that, but he's been always this player that I think is really undervalued. Not that I think anyone's ever called Kane bad per se, but you know, take Kane. He's been in. He went to My Insanity. He never really had big results in the Eastern Team Story Cup. Like, he doesn't have big achievements to make you go like, whoa, what a guy. But he is like, whoa, what a guy, because he's really good at Zerg. And I just feel like it's not like he flies under the radar. He just doesn't get enough recognition.
I think, like, if someone doesn't really pay attention to a lot to the game, because you kind of have to pay attention to a lot, you know, it's not really a slight as much as it is like a, you know, you're pretty good if you pay that much attention. Oh, he's gonna proxy hatch. Sick. But like if you don't, then
no, it's not. Rex.
Fine. Yeah,
Rex.
fine. Anyways, if you don't, Kane, and you're like My Insanity, Kane. Okay, so he's probably like the second tier European that comes behind like Stardust and Jochi and now Soxry, right? But like you don't know that he did train in Korea for a short period of time, in Taiwan, and like in China, and like he actually works really, really hard, and he's like super good. So I think First has some of that like going on too. Like, okay, yeah, he probably thought he could win that game just for how confident he was. I feel like he has won games from that, like, you know, position before. Well, but also maybe a little bit like, you know, oh, like this guy, you know, I know him a little bit because I'm in Europe now, but he's really legit.
It truthfully blows my mind, though, that he let that map get through in the first place, though. Like, to let Kane pick Foxtrot was just asking for trouble before the game even began.
Let me try and thinking about, like, you know, okay, so 2 base all-in's probably the best idea because getting a third on that map for Protoss is really bad. I'm trying to think of why like Immortal Central wouldn't be specifically good, and I gotta imagine there's some place where like force fields are amazing. And maybe the fact that the third was taken actually kind of threw First off a little bit, because I like if you take the third as a Zerg, we usually take it, that's got to be like heaven for force fields, right? Because you cut off the ramp, and you cut off behind, and you kill the third. So maybe, but then he knew about it so far in advance. Like, why continue with the Immortal Central in? Oh well, I don't know.
Oh,
no.
He doesn't, yeah, he doesn't have the money. I was like, what is he doing? Like
what would you even do with it? Like, throw an overcharge to defense?
Right? Like, maybe, well, maybe it's just like, oh, this base will never get scouted. I don't know.
We've seen Zerg do that, you know, besides the Spine Crawler Rush, we've seen someone actually just, like, mine off of it, which is kind of silly, but...
Well, I think for First, I mean, you talked about too, like not expecting to lose to Kane. We'll probably see him kind of do that boot and rally. It's funny, you see a lot of the Korean players. They we could talk all day about how it's like, okay, you underestimated him, and maybe he's really going his final form and all this other BS. But at the same time, I'll remind you guys, like First ZVP, his PVZ has never really been his best. I feel. I mean, again, I cited it earlier. I'll bring it up again. Lost 2 DreamHacks to go in the round of 16 to Starbuck. Now, granted, Starbuck plays a little bit different, a little bit weird, but the point was, like, he still couldn't deal with a lot of the zerginess that came at him, and, well, Kane hasn't exactly gone and embraced Swarmhost just yet. I am really curious to see how that would go, because this is the map, you know, this and King Sejong, these are the ones we see Swarmhost on very frequently.
Just give it a hug, Kane. I love it. Yo, is First gonna do an Immortal Senshell in again? Shut up. Is he gonna do an Immortal Senshell in again? Okay, so like so far you can't really tell because like 2 more gateways is like not that telling, but if he's looking at a robo, it's coming down soon. Well, Stargate. Okay, never mind.
Well, I was gonna say also you don't really see more sentries. Like I mean, 2 is okay, but
well, yeah, he wouldn't have any more than that unless his gate was just finished. But he threw it on a Stargate anyway, so
yeah. So disregard. This, though. I would love if he canceled the Stargate though and swapped over to an Immortal Central. Now that's been scouted to say otherwise.
So dirty. No, it's so dirty. Don't you dare First.
He's not gonna. There's some place that like Dominus. This is a guy that doesn't get a lot of recognition either. He's kind of unknown, but he does some of the coolest build cancels as a Protoss player. It really made me respect watching his play stylings. He's like an Iraqi Protoss player, but like, dude, that guy, I swear to God, like if you would scout something, he would always cancel it. There was no question of if.
And you respect him more for that?
Yeah, because there's not a lot of like everyone just plays straight up the same way, right? You're like, oh, Immortal Sentry, Immortal Sentry, Immortal Sentry.
There was a time where people were really making famous like the fake thirds. I remember like actually on Habitation Station. I'm not getting them confused. There was a lot of fake thirds for some reason, but yeah, I don't know about that. I really hate it. I'm glad I don't play against that guy. That's all I can say.
Well, Oracle coming out here in just a moment's time. Gonna see how well this gets used. I mean, it's so. I'm so jaded when it comes to Oracle use. I mean, I'm sure you're personally sick of hearing me talk about it, but I mean...
This is Kane. No, this is Kane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Kane's gonna take much from this.
Get it? Because you said jaded? Jade?
Okay.
No? Alright, fine.
Are we talking about, like, the former My Insanity player Jade, or what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It's like,
yeah.
The color, the gemstone, like, what are we going with here?
How did you not get this? I feel like that was less on me being vague and more on you just like not getting it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's an accurate assessment.
Sure.
But Colossus falling up pretty quickly, expecting, I guess, to have that Hydralisk response right away. But the thing is, Colossus, well, good in general, not the best against early roaches. Not when there's like big surrounds and things. So I'm kind of concerned about him going for this right off the bat. But immortals are not hard to make either.
You just press a button and they kind of form.
Yeah, well, that I mean, you make the chrono. They build very quick. Either way, this first attack should be easily held off. He's got enough zealots. He can catch a couple of these with the force fields.
For sure.
Yeah, meat grinder. Meat grinder.
Yeah, very good here. Maybe trying to focus on some sentries. Nah, he's just gonna lose all his roaches. So, but he's not stopping his attack. Like he might have just lost a bunch of roaches here, but there's so much coming across for Kane that at first he's gonna find himself wishing he was not trying to attack his third.
Yeah, this is always that odd timing too for Protoss, like where you try and take that third just when your army's just barely too small for it properly. I mean, the sooner it's up, the sooner you put on overcharge it, but that's why you take like the 7-minute and the 6-minute thirds, right? But in this instance, like brings the Oracle back home. His sentries are already gotten.
Oh god, this is actually turning like really, really bad. Is Kane gonna hit a 2-0 first? No.
It's not just that he might 2-0 first, it's that he will 2-0 first in such a one-sided manner.
I know, this game is not looking so hot for first. The Colossus is going to come out and be like the only thing on the field, which is not when you, that's not a Colossus job. Or you got to cancel the Nexus, I'm sorry man. You have to cancel the Nexus, you can't.
No, goes for the overcharge. Not a bad choice actually. No. It's just barely got enough to push this back.
I did not notice that Oracle in there killing
lings.
Oh
dude, that Oracle was being a beast. What's this up to, 23 kills? Yeah.
What? Alright, well I guess that's a really good move. I think he may have gotten it just for like the revelation, but figured like it was useful here too. Oh, he's gonna get scout now. And maybe a couple of drones. You know, despite scouting that start gate, he never made a spore crawler.
I didn't really need to. I mean, like, you see what happens here. I mean, it's just like you get 6 or 7 drones. You can make those easy with like a larva inject, right?
Yeah, well, the whole idea about getting a spore crawler against an Oracle is that it can't deal any, you know, it gets 1 or 2 and it gets out instead of 6 or 8.
Well, what ends up working for this is the Colossus did come out. We kind of thought it was going to be Aqua versus Roaches and Lings, but guess what? Now it's Lings and Hydras.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I mean, Lings
like
and Hydras
first one took forever to come out, but the second one came out instantly. That's weird. Okay, okay, but like Ling and Hydra, yeah, they're not that great against Hydras, but they are. They're not against Colossus. They are pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say Colossus are pretty good against Hydras. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But they're not that great against, you know, Hydras without force field help.
Well, he does have force fields
really
underneath this.
Yeah, he has some force. He has 4. No, he's 6 actually because of the other one.
Force fields.
But Kane's not really dedicating to this. You know, he's gonna poke, maybe force first to overcommit to something other than Colossus, and seemingly going to Swarm Host.
He's setting it for 2 different angles. This might be a little bit more dedicated.
I feel like he really should not have, though.
He's
like,
getting annihilated.
The biggest thing about this is that he had no upgrades for his Hydras. I'm not talking about like +1. I'm talking about like speed or range.
Yeah, group size
like,
just completed.
In no universe was he ever going to do anything unless first was not paying attention.
He's darting around looking for somewhere to get in, somewhere to attack. Sadly, can't find anything. Blink started up behind this. So we might have that Blink Stalker style, which is a bit odd because it's usually the go-to and then you transition to things like Colossus, not usually the other way around. But having Blink, of course, not going to be a bad utility either way. It's those upgrades, though. We've got to see Chrono Boost out if we want to see this go really well. In the meantime, I mean, Kane is setting up to attack this third once again. It really sucks that he didn't only not kill it, but he never got past shields really for damage. So, I mean, it's barely missing any health. This isn't a situation where you got it to half and like, you finish it off later. He's got to work for this kill.
Yeah, that Oracle was a bro. Legit. This is a lot.
That Oracle was a Zombie Goes Wrong Oracle.
Yeah, right?
the whole, like, you gotta cancel the Nexus, you gotta cancel that. I'm like,
nope. JK.
Well, the thing is too, and this is where like I got your back. I would have been saying the same thing, but you were already saying it, so I didn't. So I look like a guy who's not an idiot, but whatever. I got your back. I got your back.
Now I guess we have to re-review, right? So like initially that looked like a really good pressure from Kane.
Ooh, 15
Maybe
meters.
Yeah, he's transitioned to mudas. But is it gonna be enough? I feel like Kane is gonna push here, and with it like with Stalker warp-ins, they do a great job against mudas.
It really sucks. It's like you gotta choose like get barely any away, or like stand your ground and fight, and maybe kill a Stalker or two.
I feel like.
Oh no, the mutas! Oh no, the rallied on top. Yeah. Is he going for the base
so he's
trade?
gonna go, base trade scenario here.
Base trade hype! If you get some drones out, this could work, but usually it just ends up being the case. You don't have the DPS to outrace a Protoss player properly.
It's not a base trade. Yeah.
First since a couple Stalkers dedicated across the map. This is not for
the
drones.
Overlords.
Oh. He's really got to move those. The worst thing you can do is get supply block in a situation like this.
This is a good move from Kane, though. Like, he takes that fight, no way he wins it, really, and,
well, I mean, he draws the army back home at first, but is that enough? Because there's not like this big tech behind us.
Yeah.
It's not like he's buying time until there's like the Swarmer's popping. It's still mutas and lings, and they don't really have any upgrades. In fact, the lings have no upgrades and the mutas have no upgrades. It's not like they have no upgrades. They have no freaking upgrades.
Yeah. Lings do good work against the Blink Stalkers. But Kane just, doesn't have anything really to, like, there's a linchpin to his army right now. It's like, if he had more mutas, he would.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, he might be on 4 bases, but it's an even army supply, and that's not a situation you want to be in versus Protoss. Not without upgrades, especially. Meanwhile, first he's got level 2 weapon upgrades and these Stalkers. He's got that Blink ability and 5 untouchable Colossus. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the supply is currently in Kane's favor. It's all like really not that great units. I mean, he has lings that aren't upgraded. He upgraded the Hydralisk with the +1 missile. The best case scenario is that the mutas actually catch the Colossus without any Blink Stalker help, and that might happen. I mean, first with an awful way back.
Yeah, like had he not gone for this like weird counterattack, well, it did force a recall, I guess. But in fact, it just flooded on top of the Stalkers. There's 4 sentries.
He is doing it now. He saw the opportunity, and he did not lose any bases so
this
far.
might work.
And he kept some like actually it's a pretty good drone count. This is
wow,
exactly what he needed.
Yeah, it's exactly what he needed. I can't believe it works. And he keeps the Hatchers alive as you put it out. The big thing too is those lings didn't exactly die. So now they can get off the Stalkers and complement this attack really well. I'm not sure if this will be enough for Kane, but this is his best case scenario. Force are looking pretty good here at a first, but these Blink Stalkers. Oh, he's got to focus fire the low ones if he wants to kill them.
He has 1,400 minerals that could all be lings right now, but he doesn't have the larva. 10 more larva going to 10 more, that's not a lot.
Queens, please.
Did lose the hatchery. Did lose the second hatchery. He was so close to holding. That was. Oh, that was so
even if it's not Queens, like a ton of spine callers or something, like use those minerals. Don't lose the game with like 1,000 minerals in your bank.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe again trying to because what he needs is actually larva. Like he has minerals. He has enough to replant a natural. He's gonna be able to save this third again, and he has 73 drones, so he has an economy. He just needs time for larva.
Does First not know about the 4th? Oh, First doesn't know about the 4th yet. He might think he's in a little bit better position than he really is, but of course he's taking not only he's got a 4th, but he's taking a 5th behind this. So for First, this might look like, okay, man, I killed the natural. If I just kill this 3rd, I've won this game. That's not the case. As you point out, 3 base economy is still going on right now.
Attack happens though. I mean, it is only about he's missing about 1/3 of his army for First, but I don't know if it's enough. These lings are
bleeding out the Mutalisk are. 25 still going strong though. The Stalkers starting to bleed out. A lot of them that were retaining have got to back up. So do these mutas though.
This is so close.
I mean, it's Blink versus regen.
First, he's almost went out of his main base. He's only on 50 probes. He's trying so hard to win just with pure Stalker. And if Kane could just get a big enough link count, it wouldn't be working. But so far, I think he'd be able to edge it out. Like Stalkers.
I don't know if it's just pull the drones or something. Oh god. Ooh, it's not like this though. Kane, you need to play Terror and learn to pull the boys, man. Cuts off the reinforcements. This kind of works out a little bit for now, but that Stalker count is still looking so scary. The Mutalisk count has been replenished up to 20 versus 25 Blink Stalkers, though. If First didn't have these level 2 weapon upgrades, I think it would be very much in Kane's favor. But these level 2 weapons have been complementing the Stalker DPS so well, and the Lings, the Mutas, they just can't touch them. Every
time I see First go from 800 to 100 minerals, I feel so good for him, and Kane go from 800 to 700, I feel so bad.
Yeah, he just...
I'm just like, oh, the larva's killing him. Of course, he lost queens, he lost hatcheries. That's a really big reason as why. It's not like he's like bad at larva injecting. Just the consequence of how this game has gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the production, right? Like, Zerg can sometimes have the most amazing remax potential and sometimes just have the worst. He gets on top of the cannons, tries to pick off that wall.
He finally found that fourth, by the way.
Yeah, this was the biggest. This was like the biggest thing going for Kane, without question. Oh, the Overlord's right there here too. Oh, Jesus!
Dear God, he's gonna be completely. He's gonna have like no supply.
That's it. It's fight to the death with what he's got up here. He either wins this game with this right now, or he loses. Simple as that.
We're chopped so far. I mean, only half of the army for first was fighting. The Lings got on top of them, and Kane is actually maybe. Well, he's winning this fight, but there's a bunch of stalkers on the bottom right. I don't know.
I mean, he's got to deal some serious economic blows, right? Like, he's killed a couple of probes, and that's cool, but...
Overlord block!
I know, 28 supply, right? Kane's building, like, everything he's building right now is going to have to be Overlords, if anything. Overlords is spine crawlers.
Yeah, just mass build spine crawlers. Like,
yo, I think that Mutas might have just taken that, the momentum shift, though. If they were full health, that'd be different, actually. I take that back. They're also
19
low.
19 mutas to 27 blink stalkers. First, we have to blink, like, really, really terribly. Oh, he lost his spawning pool. Oh, now this has to be game over. Like, there's no way he wins with just mutas. Well, and no way to build more mutas, that is.
He actually pulls drones to the other side of the field, though, and, you know, with all this money, you can build a lot of hatcheries. First has no income, really. He's got some cannons in the main. Drones are the Zerglings.
Yo!
Zerglings!
Oh my god! Oh my god, first! Oh no, never mind. We're good. We're good. I was gonna be like, oh my god, if he just made like swarm hosts, would first be able to deal with it? Probably.
Oh yeah, no detection potential, yeah.
Yeah, but he has 2 observers, and I doubt he has
this is it. This is it. Kane doesn't have the numbers. He knows it. GG. Loved the back and forth craziness of that game.
That was really close.
That was, but he ties up 1-1 and we get game 3, and I'm really glad we picked this series. This is a good one.
Yeah. See how JD versus Pig is going. As expected, I would say.
Tut tut. Alright, well, what's the third match?